just go ahead, fill it out. It doesn't take too long, and it would make a great impact on the higher education sector as well. Right, okay, the next item I'd like to discuss, is there any questions from any students at all, either Katrina or Louise? I'll just check in now and again. Okay, what I'll do then is I will keep on continuing for now then. Okay, so... Okay, brilliant. Yeah, that's fine. So, right, okay, so what I want to discuss next is what does a student leadership team member do? Well, in a nutshell, it just depends on our role, I suppose. But one thing I'd like you to bring your attention to is an article that myself and a fellow, colleague of mine, Sharon, she's the Wales faculty representative. We both wrote this article, and it's on the Hoot website. If I can get the comms team to post a link to that Hoot article, that'd be brilliant. Right, okay, yeah, so that's the, it's called A Day in the Life of an SLT member, and basically it just gives you, some of the opportunities that are given to us. For example, one bit of news that I will be giving to you is the new exec dean. I've got the privilege of interviewing him. So that's it's great opportunities that you can have through the Open University. Right, okay, let me just have a look on to my next piece. Right, okay, so the next thing that I'd like to discuss with you is our by-elections. Every 2 years, the student leadership team gets re-elected. Okay, for those roles that don't get elected, we go through by-elections, and this is what stage we're at now. So the nomination stage has actually closed, but just to let you know that the voting begins on the 17th of April, and then announcements will be made on the 9th of May. If you also there is some fantastic prize draws on that as well, and that can be viewed by going to the association website on by-elections. I'm sure the comms team have already posted a link in, if not they will do soon. Okay, so if you it's the by-elections page. The next one thing that I'd like to go through, I suppose, is the clubs and societies of the association. So the Open University Students Association, it's all about being part of a community, isn't it? And censoring, fostering of being together, because obviously we are all virtual, most of us are virtual learners. And it can be quite isolating out there, can't it? So one thing is great to have is things like clubs and societies, so we feel part of something, part of a belonging, I suppose. So lots of clubs and societies at the association. One of the recent ones is one that I've just set up with another volunteer, which is the Open University Rocky Horror Appreciation Club. So anyone who's into the Rocky Horror Picture Show, then that's a good club for you to. But there's a club through all all different wide subjects, and there's a lot of STEM one actually. So highly recommend you do check them out as well. Okay. Right. Okay. So getting involved with the university. Right now. The reason why I wanted to talk to you about getting involved with the university, because let's face it, that's how I became faculty representative. I wanted to, the university gave me a chance, and I wanted a way to give back. How did I get involved? Well, there's various ways. I've obviously, took the stance of nominating myself for the student leadership team. but there are other ways to get involved, and that is going to the community page on the university website. So that's community.open.ac.uk. Okay. Okay, let me just have a look. We've got something coming in from a student I just want to answer. So I've heard that tutors aren't very supportive at the OU. How have you found them? I'm nervous. I'll just be left to flounder after spending so much money. Well, let me just say, I've not had a problem. Not had a problem whatsoever with a tutor. My tutors have always got back to me in a timely manner. And also, I haven't experienced that at all, so I don't know why. No need to feel nervous about it. You're spending good money with a good institution, and it's great to be part of the OU. I'm proud. Another question then. So Scott, what are you studying? So I'm the Bachelor of Science undergraduate computing and IT. That's what I'm studying. I'm in level 2 at the moment. Why did I choose the OU? Like I said earlier, the Open University gave me a chance where other universities couldn't. There's lots of prerequisites for certain qualifications, but Open University, the reason why it's called Open is because we provide open education for all. Yeah. Yes, that's why I chose the OU, because they was able to provide me with the education that I wanted. Another question's come in there. So, if I do have a problem with my tutor, how can I get help? If you feel that it will affect the student body, then I can, contact myself, and I'll get the comms team to put my student-facing email there. So it's oustudents-stem@open.ac.uk. Right. So if you've got a problem with tutor and it may affect the student body, then email me. And I'll have a look into that, and I'll see whether I can take it on or not, because we're not meant to take on individual caseloads. If it's an individual problem, then you need to contact the student support team. Okay? So I can't study at a normal uni. I have a disability. Can you, the OU, help? Well, this is where we thrive. Most of our students, I wouldn't say all, but a lot of our students have disabilities. The OU provides a fantastic supportive environment. They've got, even in the association, we've got our disabled support groups, we've got disability support teams in this university. There's lots and lots of resources out there for people with disabilities, so I wouldn't, we can help, definitely. I think that's all it for now coming in. But what I'll do is I will continue. So as I said, if you want to get involved with the university, then I would highly recommend you visit the communities page, so community.open.ac.uk. Okay, now I am going to try my best very quickly to bring this slide up I have. Because it's with regards to a quite important announcement about the STEM faculty. So just bear with me 1 second. Right, okay. I'm doing this as fast as I can, so just bear with me 1 second. Right, okay. Right, okay, that'll be image. Okay. Okay, right, okay. So so as I said earlier, I got the fantastic opportunity of interviewing our Executive Dean for STEM. He's starting, I can't remember the exact date, but it is this month, in April. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so basically I want to show you your new executive dean from this month. Here he is, Mr. Mike Fernando. Okay, is that comms team? Could you please confirm you can hear me? Yes. Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. So let's have a look. Okay, yeah, no, oh right, okay, no worries. I think I know what's gone on there. Yeah, it's fine. Basically, I was just showing a slide of the new STEM exec dean and maybe summarise what Mike said. Yeah, okay. So, so Mike is a truly inspirational guy. You know, we've all been in interviews ourselves, you know, and you come out with what the employer wants to hear and this, that and the other, but for me, Mike, not only did he grab my attention, but he kept me locked like that. And bearing in mind, I have a very short attention span, yeah? And with me, I'm like squirrel, and that's it, I'm off. So basically, he had me, for the whole time for his interview, he had me trapped and engaged. And I think that is important. Because that's, you know, the support, you know, the sort of leader that we want. So, you know, so we can, you know, if he knows, he understands the people, understands the students, and he just understands, you know, the STEM faculty at the Open Universities. He's done his research. I feel we're going to be in really, really good hands. Yeah. So that is the new executive dean. I think I'm running slightly ahead, so I'll try and slow down a little bit. Let me just have a look. Yes, okay. So, study tips. Yeah, so next bit I'd like to talk to you about then is some study tips and information. Yeah, so first of all, let's start with some study tips then. So, study tips. Right, so I've listed 3 here, and I've said I keep on forgetting that I couldn't share a PowerPoint in this software that I'm using. But if I just talk you through it, so the first tip I'd like to give you is plan your study. So not only plan your work, plan your study time, plan your break time, plan everything. Reason why I say plan your break times or plan your quiet times is because if you don't, you need to look after yourself at the end of the day. You need downtime, yeah? But also you need that important study time as well. We've got a question coming in, and it's the perfect timing only because it says, can you explain what the Pomodoro technique is? Yes. Basically, that was my next study tip. So, a Pomodoro timer. Right, so normally it's more of a framework rather than a rules you have to follow, I would say. But the standard framework is 20 minutes worth of study. No, sorry, tell a lie, 25 minutes worth of study, followed by a 5-minute break. Now that 5-minute break needs to be away from your desk. Okay, and that cycle repeats 4 times. And then on the 4th time, the break becomes half an hour. Okay, Now that is a sure way to increase productivity. So so if you're a procrastinator, or if you just commit yourself to doing one POM, it's called. So that'll be one study time followed by a break. Yeah. Then normally you like to get into a flow by then anyway. So so just promise one POM to yourself, and then you'll be able to get on with that work. It does make magic wonders on that one as well. So the next study tip I'd like to give to you is read your TMAs at the beginning of your module. I mean, thinking, hold on, I've got weeks till my TMA, or tutor marked assessments. I've got weeks and weeks and weeks to my tutor marked assessments. Why do I need to read my TMAs now? The reason why I would say read your TMAs is because if you are, read your TMA, that way you know what they're looking for when you go through the course material, so you can pick up things and it can organise your notes better, yeah? So that's a really good tip. So read your TMAs at the beginning of your module. Okay, so, let me just stop there. Is there any more questions from any students before we continue on to... Okay, we've got a question coming in, but what I'm going to do is I will put that question on the back burner. It says, how can I get involved with the OU beyond just being a student? Because I have got something on that, if that's okay. Okay, so how do you get involved in USA, Student Voice, etc.? Oh, right, okay. So basically, if you go to the association's website, and I think the link's called Getting Involved, yeah? So you can click that, and there's lots of volunteering opportunities there. If it's with regards to Student Voice, then actually, lucky for you all, we do have a rep recruitment happening as we speak. Okay, if I could just get the comms team to post a link if they haven't already. But basically, rep recruitment, we are they're just open. So things like sitting on academic committees for learning, teaching, assessment, boards of studies. And what's the other one? QME. Qualification mark. Hold on, what does that one stand for? Qualifications and marking. Something E. That's really bad of me, isn't it? But anyway, things like that. So all you need to do is if you go into the Associate's website and look at the rep recruitment, it's under news items, and you can see what you can apply for and volunteer that way. We've got another question coming in. So I'm falling behind on my studies. What can I do? We all get there. I'm currently there. So even I'm falling behind on my studies a little bit at the moment. But but what you can do is take stock. Pause for reflection. What is it I need to do, or what am I saying? What do I need to do? What's prioritise a bit. If you are worried, speak to your tutor, okay, and the student support team. They may have other solutions or or resources that will assist you. And it's also important to speak to. There's lots of platforms as well, like there's some the OU forums that you can speak to students with if so your peer support. So that's really good. So when is the next opportunity to get involved with the Open University? I believe the registrations have now closed, but we've got student consultations coming up. So thank you for that student who reminded me, because I was going to completely miss that one. So we've got student consultations coming up, and a bit like the National Student Survey, where you can have make an impact. We have our own internal consultations where we listen to the students' voice, we take their opinions, and we do sort of like you said we did sort of statements. Okay, let me just try and see if I can. Let me just see if I can change my browser so we can have a look at the the Student Voice website. Just bear with me. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do now. So, I'll repeat that question. So, have you got an example of, of that consultation or the communications? Yeah, let me just have a look. Just bear with me. Properties. Right. Okay. Thank you, Katrina, for giving me that link there. It saves me a lot of searching. Thank you. Right. Okay. Hopefully that should now load. In a minute. 1 second. Okay, looks like I couldn't quite get that going there, so just bear with me. So basically that is the Student Voice website. It's community.ac.uk. So I was unable to do that, so we'll leave that off for the moment. Actually, I'll go on to it, but there'd just be no sound, so I can then just show you. Okay, that's brilliant. Thank you very much, Katrina. Yeah, so the link's been put in the chat. If you want to go check it out, go check it out, and we will press on if that's okay. And before I continue, is there any other students wanting any questions answered at the moment? Yeah. That's what. Yeah, I'll stick with that in a week. Okay, brilliant. So, right, nothing right now. Okay. So the next bit I wanted to go through with you then is the. Let's have a look. Yes. Yeah. Nothing. Yeah, we'll be coming to that in just a moment. So, actually, it's I wanted to give you first of all, it's regards to studies first, and that's the Gen AI for studying. That's it. Yeah. So, right. So, the comms team will post a link to the policy with regards to generative AI. But one thing I want to say is, don't be afraid of using generative AI. Okay, it is there to help you. You know, so what people get confused is they like to think that AI will get you into trouble. It won't if used correctly. If you intentionally use AI to answer questions for you, then yeah, you're not really doing the work. It's the AI doing the work, and it's, you know, your academic integrity may be affected. Yeah, so what I would use it for is use it for things like use it as a tool rather than for answering stuff. Okay, an example. So, say if I was to write a report, okay, and I wanted to AI just to check it to see for clarity and conciseness. I can then put that report in there, and it will make suggestions. Then I place them suggestions, you know, in that report. That is a good use of making AI work for you as a tool, not to give answers. Okay. Right, okay. Now, there are, in a generative AI policy, there's 3 types of categories, okay? There's category 1, which is do not use AI, and, you know, says what it says on the tin, don't use it, you know, for assessment on that piece. Category 2 is that you may use AI, you know, if you want to, and then I think category 3, I believe, is you must use AI. I'm not entirely sure, you know, so I don't want. Let me just check it out, just so I'm giving the correct information. So I don't want to give the correct information out. Right, okay. Where's the PowerPoint? There it is. Right, okay, I've got it now. Right, so yeah, so AI and assessment, here it goes. So category 1, you cannot use generative AI to complete an assessment piece. Category 2, you may use generative AI to assist you in completing an assessment piece. And the third category is you must use generative AI to complete an assessment piece. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, so basically the communications team, I put links in the chat to the Gen AI policy and how to use Gen AI effectively and properly whilst maintaining your academic integrity, you know, is really important. Yeah, basically I was going to show you about, you know, where it would say that category, but basically if you just go to your TMA documents, under guidance or something like that, it will say what category your assessment is on, okay? But I'm not going to start sharing the screen because otherwise you'll lose me. Right, we've got some things coming in on the chat. What AI tools have I used? Well, AI comes in lots and lots of different forms, but the main ones I use is what are the ones I use? I use Gemini along with Copilot. If Copilot isn't giving, and it does sometimes do this, if Copilot doesn't give me the answers I want based on my prompt, then I will, you know, then I will switch to another AI tool. But also another one that I do use is something called Glean. Now, as well as a STEM student, I am a disabled STEM student. I do have autism, and with that, I get the disability support allowance. Now, again, with that, I get a program called Glean. Now, Glean is a fantastic program, and without that, I don't know where I'll be. Glean is basically what it does. It records your meeting for you. It then produces a transcript of that meeting, and then it summarises key points. You know, for you. So that's really good use of an AI tool. So what other types of support are there for neurospicy students? Ooh, I like that term. There's lots. There's lots and lots and lots of support out there. So we have the disability support groups within the association. Now, you've got your tutors, the student support team. They all fall under the support network that you have at the university. Also, at the moment, one of our key priorities at the association is to make modules, to give students a more neurodiverse experience or something along them lines. And it's a project that I'm going to be quite closely involved with. So it is, that's something I'm going to be involved with. And also, I will be looking to, at some point, to the student body to get feedback on that. So keep an eye on this space. A question we've got coming there. So, are tutors made aware of neurospicy status when they are assigned to you? Well, that really depends. Have you declared a disability? If you've declared a disability, you get what we call a disability marker on your profile. And on that, if you've declared that you are neurospicy or neurodiverse, then yes, when that tutor is assigned to you, they will be informed that whatever you've put in that bit, that's what goes to them. Now, also, at the beginning of every module, your tutor should contact you. And this is a great opportunity for you to tell your tutor, how they can best support you. I told you, I believe I did say, but it's the Bachelor of Science Undergraduate Computing and IT degree. That's what I'm doing. As I said, what was I saying? Oh, choose made aware. So in essence, yes, they are made aware if you've declared it. Any other questions at the moment? Let's have a look. How can you get involved with projects like the one you just discussed? Well, as I said, because I'm part of the project for the neurodiverse experience, we will be reaching out at some point. Yeah, okay. So, so if you wanted to get involved in the neurodiverse project, then keep an eye on the space, and then we will reach out to you. Okay. Let me just have a look. What else have we got here? So one thing I want to, where will you reach out to? So keep an eye on the, the communities page, the student voice page. Also, keep an eye on the association website as well. Okay. Also, one thing I do want to mention is OU Students Connect. Okay. Now, OU Students Connect is an online platform that is run and owned by the association. I don't know why I'm doing that, it isn't connected to Facebook or anything like that. In order to log into it, you have to go in as if you was logging into your student home. Okay, so it's all safe. That'll be a good place to keep an eye out for on there as well. As well as the normal Facebook, X, because I still do use them. OU Students Connect. Let me just have a look. And website on the chat as well. Yeah. Let me just have a look. Right. Okay. So moving on a little. Yeah. So one thing I want to discuss with you is well-being. Okay. Now we understand, as part of the studying and being a distance learner, can be quite isolating, can't it? And I just want to inform you about some resources available to you as an Open University student. Now, there is the first one. Because some people are only comfortable texting, so we do have a service called Shout. Okay, and Shout is a free confidential chat messaging service if if you're struggling, and someone will be there to support you. Also, OU, we have a wellbeing app as well, so that's really, I actually like that. And do you know why? It's got a cute little robot called Charlie, and if you haven't done stuff or reached out to him, then he sort of like prompts you to sort of like check in with him and make sure that you're okay, which is really cute. Also, Talk Campus is another app as well. They can use for well-being. Also with regards to events, so with regards to the STEM faculty, keep an eye on the STEM events website. Also on your study home as well will be good as well. So stem.open.ac.uk is the STEM website, just to let you know. Social media, Facebook, module websites sometimes, and even via emails. So any faculty events can come via them channels. Also the association as well. We do have lots of events there as well. Right, so let's just... Yes, right. Yes, the one thing I'd like to bring up with you, is every third Wednesday of the month we have a drop-in session called the Faculty Fact Rep session. What this is an opportunity to get your voice heard again. If you want to discuss your something that affects the student body, or you just want to sit down and have a chinwag with a faculty representative, then that's a perfect session for you. Just come along to that. It's from 6 till 7 on the third Wednesday of every month. Details are on the events pages on the association website as well, and I'm sure the comms team will post a link in the chats as well. Let me just have a look. Is there anything else? Right, okay, so I think not last but not least. I was going to say the USA. I was going to say the association's rep recruitment, which I have already mentioned. But just to recap, if you go to the news pages on the association website, it's on one of the recent items. We are looking for student representation on lots and lots of areas in the university. That's a great opportunity to get involved. What is one piece of advice do you have for someone considering the OU? What piece of advice? Plan, and then if there's nothing else to do, plan some more. Reason being is because it's always good. Being a distance learner as well, you sometimes feel disconnected, so it's good to have bands and backup plans, and it's that way you're always on top of things, and I say do as I say, not as I do, because I always say try and complete your TMAs at least say a week before they're due, and I'm already asking for an extension. But yeah, extensions are available, but at your tutor's discretion. So you'd need to contact your tutor if you wanted an extension for a TMA. But yeah, plan. That's my main tip. Okay, brilliant. All right. Okay. Thank you, Andrew Wilson, who is our Deputy President at the Association, sharing the links to student rep volunteers on Facebook as well. Okay. Right, is there any other questions coming on through? Because I believe we are coming towards the end with 10 minutes to go. Okay. Okay, nothing coming in yet. Okay. Right. Okay, on that note then, because I don't want us to have like dead air or dead silence feeling awkward, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to end the session there. You know, if you want to, if suddenly have a budget, then don't worry. It's not too late because we do have another session on Friday. Okay, so if you want to come along to that, I look forward to seeing you. Hold on a second, let me just have a look at the chat quickly. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Right, yeah, so as I said, we will end that session there. If you want to join us on Friday, see you then. And if not, hopefully see you all soon. Thank you. Goodbye.